ideas, and also maybe you can share some of your ideas. But currently, I wanted to just make a note that you can grow anywhere. I'm in southern Nevada, desert, high temperatures. It is only May 18th, and the temperatures are already in the 90s. But I have a very lush green garden. This is desert spiky lettuce, a home to a variety of butterflies, insects, just a great place for some of the natural predators to come to take care of garden pests. So I welcome this in my garden because it draws in ladybugs and mantids that hunt for aphids and other pests that could destroy your garden. So I have also come to a strong belief that you should be somewhat self-sustaining as best you can. So I have some tomatoes that I planted just about a month ago, and here in the desert they are doing great. I keep them covered. This is a sheer material so that they get the full sun, but they don't get the burns on their leaves. So I actually have little baby tomatoes already forming, and here's another one. So I have two here and one here. So I'll have quite a few tomatoes at the end of the season, maybe another month or so. And then I have a citrus. This is a dwarf mandarin orange citrus tree, and it's grown twice the size. I also keep this covered with sheer fabric on very hot days. So there are ways, no matter where you live, to have a beautiful garden. You just do have to maintain, and you do have to check up. So you do your walkthrough, and you just check to see how your plants are doing. This is a star jasmine, and it was almost lost, but I started just giving it a little more filtered sun. I had it indoors. It wasn't doing well. It likes to be outside. So just some sheer fabric, not in direct sun all day, especially with the heat of the desert, and it's actually had some blooms, and it smells really pretty in the garden. This is a desert plant called firecracker shrub, and it's doing great. It's already had multiple blooms. So there are ways to be successful with some of the plant growth. This is a bottlebrush tree, and it's a baby, so this is something that does well in the deserts. It needs minimal water, but once it's established, it's ready to go. So I've just been watering it a little bit because it is a new planting, and taking off any of the leaves from some of the undergrowth. But it's doing well. It's already had a bloom, and I enjoy it, and so do the hummingbirds. It draws in hummingbirds. And then we have a bird of paradise that just loves it out here in the corner of my yard where it gets half sun, half shade. So many ways to enjoy your garden in very extreme environments. There are also native flowers that do well in these environments that I recommend having. And under here are my roses I keep covered in the heat of the late afternoon. I do expose it in the morning and early afternoon. And this is my azalea. So it's a baby azalea, and it's already had a bloom, and I just keep it covered from evaporation because azaleas like moisture, and so do roses. So my rose has already had blooms. This is a yellow pink tip rose, and it actually has new growth. So that diligence in maintaining your garden does help. There's the new growth. So, and then what I do is I take the sheer fabric at the end of the day, after the sun has died down a little bit, and I hose it down, keep it moist. It does dry relatively quickly, but it just gives that extra protection to my plants in the early evening. And I just keep them covered overnight so they don't have full evaporation, and plants transpire at night, so that will be an added extra layer of moisture, and they do well that way. So I hope that this has helped you with sharing my ideas of having a beautiful garden no matter where you live. And this is my compost. So I even compost my own soil for my garden. So newspaper, use paper towels, veggies that have spoiled, it's all mixed in, banana peels and so forth, and I use this as my soil. So I wish you all well with your garden endeavors. I hope you can share your comments on what you find successful in your environment. Thank you and have a great day.